Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment, all about tarot, oracle, and empowering you. And I'm coming to you today from my new office. I finally found a new reading table, which it's big, so yeah, you're not going to really see it through the hole. But I'm so excited. It took so long. I don't know why. It just, I had to find the table that just felt right. And it's a little challenging. But before we get into this wonderful deck, I did want to show you. So if you saw my unboxing of the Black Salt Lenormand, I mentioned that there was another version of that deck that I wasn't sure about, just because I wasn't sure because it was pink and gold, and I didn't know if I'd be able to really read it. Well, the creator, Logan Townsend, reached out and was so sweet. He sent me 2 cards so I could get an idea of, how readable they are for me. And I gotta tell you, they're beautiful. They're absolutely perfect. So I ordered this deck too. But just to give you an idea, it's beautiful. Like, this is how you do this gold, because it's just, look at that. So I'm super excited to get this. And of course, when I do, I will share it with you. But very easy to read. So it's not even an issue at all. So thank you, Logan. Super excited to get it. And can I tell you, he sent them in this plastic thing, and so they're just, super protected. It's just like those little details just impress me. But anyway, now let's get into this deck. So this I picked up at Newt's, and I have not, it didn't come packaged, but I haven't touched it yet, and I'm really dying to. So let's get into it. This is by Jamie Sawyer. Now, this is the Sawyer's Path, a Tarot Journey, with Tarot 33.6, the red pencil sketches. So there's actually 2 decks. And let's get them out. Oh, and Intuitive Interpretation is by Gail Sawyer. Okay. So let's and I don't have any other decks with me, so I can't even show you the size, but these seem to be about standard tarot size. So those are the backs. Now let's take a quick look at the guidebook. So it talks about the deck itself, how it came into being, looks like, how to use the guidebook, structure, elements of tarot, numbers, journaling. Talks about the major arcana. And I love the way she did this. So we have half of each card. And we have the Tarot 33.6 right up, and then we have one from Sawyer's Path. So the 33.6, the write-up's by Jamie Sawyer, and Sawyer's Path is by Gail Sawyer. And it looks like that's consistent throughout, and there's space at the bottom if you want to write notes. And we will take a look at the guidebook at the end. We'll pull a card to take a look at. Bit more about tarot spread, single card, 3 card, Be Here Now spread, Celtic Cross, Your Head spread, lots of room for notes. Oh, this is nice. There are recommendations. We have books, podcasts, and websites. Parting thoughts, acknowledgments, and there. Okay. So, I think because we have 2 decks, let's just flip through both of them at the same time. I feel like that might be easier. I'm going to pull you in a little more so you can really see all the beautiful details. So, as you might imagine from the name of it, this is, basically this sketch that became this, basically. And I love that there's just subtle differences in details, right? Like here, just really, really like it. I think this is such a fabulous idea. And I love how we have notes. And the decks feel a little bit different, So I'm really quite keen on, if you've been around me for a little while, you know that I like to use a lot of decks at once. And I really like having similar decks. Look at just the expression on his face, how it's different. Like here he looks much more stern, and here he's just kind of more open and friendly looking. I don't know if that's just me but so I love when we have kind of two styles of the same deck, because then, for me, I could use it for maybe conscious, unconscious stuff. Maybe if you're doing a spread for like two different choices or paths, you might use one deck going one way, one deck going the other. I just love that we have these differences. Or you could mix them all up together. Oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing? Maybe we'll do that at the end, just to kind of see. It would be huge. But, maybe just allowing it to give you like that added dimension. It just feels so different to me. Really interesting. That's beautiful. I love it. And I said, what was the other deck? There was another deck that had a ship for the death card, and it just always reminds me of Tales of King Arthur. At the end when he's traveling, when his time has passed. Love the way this was done, how it's kind of like faded. This is an interesting tower, because it's like a crown, right? I mean, it's obviously the top of the tower, but it's also like a king's crown. And it's just adrift in the sea. Yes, it's just interesting. I think there are a lot of places you could go with that. The difference with the stars. I mean, there's a lot of differences. There are a lot of similarities, but there are a lot of differences. Look at this. No, we have that baby, but this one's kind of cute, I'll say. I love the sun. We have that portal. I just had like a huge deja vu. Did I do this already? I don't think I did. I haven't even worked with this deck because I've been waiting to do this. I really hope I haven't done this already. That would be crazy. Now I feel like I need to check before I do this whole thing. Okay, and I'm back. I have not done this. That's so weird. I'm sorry. It was such a strong feeling that I already did this. I love that. I love the little people. That's fabulous. Oh, so now these aren't numbered or named. They are here. But, I mean, if you're familiar at all with RWS, it shouldn't be an issue. And you could always count the wands if you needed to. But, it's pretty standard RWS, I'd say. Now, for the page, he's not named a page, except in this one. But, for the knight, we have the helmet. So as long as that's consistent, I don't think that'll be an issue either. I mean, clearly the queen. She's beautiful. And clearly the king. Love this. Love how it's just this beautiful portal. I'm not a fan of 3 swords and a heart. But, I mean, we're sticking with that RWS type of look, so I get it. Really interesting how all of these, first I thought it was just going to be the aces in the portal. And I love how this changes, right? So here we have these beautiful fluffy clouds. And now they're darker, and, And here we have the sun coming out. Even though they're in the night there. So, I mean, super easy to read, even if you're not consciously looking at that outside, you're going to still get the feel. Now, here we've left that portal or window. And so again, I'd say very page looking. Yeah, the cap does it. Clearly a knight. Love this. Interesting. Yeah, it feels like very pinnacle-y. You know what I mean? Oh, I love this card. Look at that. It's really pretty. Love, we have the ship. Love the way this book was done. Beautiful, beautiful Ace of Cups. And that too, I love that. I love that we have all the symbolism. This is wonderfully done too. I love she's in that stormy sea, but you can see the, it's that clear day. It's just right there. It's just got to notice it. That's a beautiful 10. I love her sons. They're just so pretty. That's fabulous. The hat's like the sea. Love that. I love the paintbrushes. That's fabulous. Okay, so let's give each one a shuffle, and then I'll pick. I'm not going to pick one from each deck. I'll just pick one, and we can look at both interpretations or meanings. So they riffle shuffle beautifully. Yeah, a little bit stiff to bridge, but that'll, that just needs use. Oh my goodness. Let's try that one again. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So it just needs to be used. So, and I've been waiting to use it because I wanted to record this first. So, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so now let's just pick one. Okay. So we have 7 of Pentacles. And, if you were ever in doubt, too, you could just look at the guidebook because it does have that nice full color image. So, for the Sawyer's path, for this one, it says, the humble farmer stands at the ready. His crops have been well tended, lovingly nurtured through the season with due diligence. It is time for the harvest. Where in your life do you need to take stock? Are there old habits in the way of your spiritual growth, your physical well-being? What may you do away with that will not serve you in the coming season? Now is the time to set your sights on obtainable goals. Keep them manageable, lest they get away from you like weeds. And then we do have a reversed. Did you plant the seeds and set out new goals for the year, but forget to revisit them periodically? Are you feeling overwhelmed because you've allowed them to become overrun with inattentiveness? It's never too late to start anew. Just remember to keep your tools close at hand. Now, let's take a look at the 336, and instead of trying to find that card, I'm just going to show you. So, it says, the idea of a farmer tending their crops is such a brilliant depiction of waiting for the reward of our efforts. I didn't want to stray too far from Pamela Coleman Smith's original idea with this card, since it reminds me of my grandfather and mother, both avid gardeners and farmers. Cultivating their own food from the ground, knowing when to pick and when to wait, they cannot rush the process. Growing your own resources is a truly sustainable, proactive, but it also takes time acclimating and understanding the laws of the natural ecosystem. In its raw form, this card may point to areas of your world that need tending to before you can harvest the rewards. Patience yields the best results. Okay, so now let's lace them out, but let's mix them in, right? So just to see how many we can fit. Oh yeah, you got 4. Okay. Just to kind of give you a feel for how these might feel together. So I love the colors of the original. Well, I don't even know if original is the right word, right? Because I guess strictly speaking, this is the original. But you know what I'm saying. Of the Sawyer's Path. But I love this too. So I'm definitely going to be using these decks together. Although, I'm sure I'm going to use them separately at different points as well. But I think they're great together. And you could do like a daytime, nighttime with them. There's a lot of different ways you could work with it. But I love the idea of 2 similar decks. Now, I will say, this one is harder to pick out, like for me, for my eyes. It takes a minute for my eyes to kind of adjust and see the details, which is okay. But I feel like if I wanted to do a really big spread, I would use this one and maybe only 1 or 2 or even 3 of this. But, sometimes it go a little crazy, and I'll use, most of a deck in a spread, and I probably wouldn't do it with this one. Just because, for me, it takes a minute to kind of focus on the details. Looking at them individually, I don't have that problem. But it's just even laying out just the 2. It just takes me a minute. Which again, it's no big deal. It's just, for me, I'm probably not going to do it with a big spread. But this one would be fabulous for that. So, but I could see interspersing. Maybe using this for the main part, but then maybe for the obstacle, use this. Or, you know what I mean? Just for like key points in this spread, pull from this deck, I think could be really fabulous. So like just imagine, say, say you were, well, even, all right, let's see how we can fit. So say we're doing, just whatever. So here's your obstacle, right? Here's maybe a choice, right? If you go this way, go this way. What's the thing you need to work on or watch out for? For each one, what's the result? I just feel like there's a lot of neat ways you can kind of add these in. So I think it's fabulous. And I think, too, like I said, if we wanted to just mix some in together, I'm not gonna do the whole deck. Well, I guess I could. Doesn't matter. But just it'd be huge, right? So if we did, I'm gonna take everything together. Now the edges are a bit different, which is okay. And certainly the backs are different. That just makes it easy to separate them out. But if you wanted to, let's just take part of it, just, to make it easier. But look how neat that looks mixed in, too. Quite like that. And see, when I pull cards, I'm not looking at the back like saying, oh, I don't want that one. That's not how it works. Not for me. Generally it'll be that card that comes out on its own. Sometimes I just feel pulled to a certain one, but by and large, it'll be the one that pops out or that somehow gets my attention. And that's just how I do it. But yeah, I really like this. I'm so glad I got both, because I just think there are so many potential uses for it, for having the 2. So let me know what you think. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, just be wonderful to yourself. Be really, really wonderful, because you deserve the best, only the best, all the best, and that is my wish for you.